I also like that one more.
Don't give.
No, I mean, you missed
Oh, this is so much better.
Okay,
Whoa, I need some room here, Chaim. Could you move like slightly? I don't know. I need my. Okay. Now you hit me up live. Could you hit live or it's already? Oh. All right. Good morning. We're holding Daf Tes Vav Amud Aleph. El Omer Ravashi, 3 lines down. Thank you. We actually do need a little bit of a hit it live a couple seconds early because yesterday I noticed that it takes a few seconds to go in and we missed the first few words. The lag, yeah. All right. So yesterday we had in the Mishnah that if you shecht on Shabbos, you're allowed to eat the meat. Rav says yes, eat the meat. Rav says yes, but only on Motzei Shabbos. The Chavraya said that Rav is going according to Rabbi Yehuda. Which Rabbi Yehuda? We had 2 attempts at Rabbi Yehuda's, 2 Rabbi Yehuda's, not successful. El Omer Ravashi. Maybe it's this Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda the Mivashali, the famous Rabbi Yehuda. Now, I learned this sugya a bunch of times, and it's a little confusing. Why? Because you have 3 shitas. And in each shita, there's 4 possibilities. You have a shoygig and mezid. What happens if you cook on Shabbos, b'shoygig? Is it mutter to you, mutter to other people? And that's 4. Shoygig, you and others. Mezid, you and others. And then times 3 shitas. So there's a lot of stuff to remember. It's 12 things you have to remember, right? So this is the Art Scrolls chart. I want to show you what it looks like. We have permission. This is permission with Art Scroll. If you want to memorize it now, I'll give you 10 seconds. Memorize. Now, I thought of a different trick. I thought it was a little better to understand. It goes something like this. And basically, what we have here is the most lenient position. Mutter, you're allowed to eat it no matter what, whenever you want. On the bottom you have asur for everybody forever. And then in the middle you have 2 other shitas, 2 other halachas. Bichdei shiyasu means that you would have to wait until Motzei Shabbos, until the amount of time it takes to cook. So let's say it's a half an hour to cook, so you would have to wait a half hour until after Shabbos. Shabbos is over, you wait a half hour. And then you have Bichdei shiyasu for other people. In other words, the person that cooked it cannot eat it, but other people could eat it a half hour after Shabbos. So you have mutter, bichdei shiyasu, la'acher bichdei shiyasu, and asur lo'olam. Now, the 3 shitas, basically, to make it easy to remember, go like this. Reb Meir, he takes, for his shoygig, he takes 1. For the mezid, he takes 2. And then Rabbi Yehuda, which is the next position, takes for his shoygig number 2, and for his mezid number 3. And Rabbi Yochanan Sandler takes number 3 and number 4. Since we are dealing with Rabbi Yehuda today, so I put him all by himself on the right side of the chart, and I think this makes it a little easier than this. Mr. Kornbluth thinks not, but it's okay. I'm not insulted.
But I'm always favorite color.
Yeah. Oh, it's the color. It's the color that got you. Not these numbers. Not these arrows.
I thought that it's a situation where it's for Chulin, for the others, it's not immediately after Shabbos, without having to wait for time.
So we'll see inside. You'll see all the sheetas inside now.
Which is not.
We're going to sound what again? Also lo'ilam for everybody.
Immediately after Shabbos is finished.
Immediately after. Nobody says immediately after Shabbos. No. Every shita is either you're allowed to eat it on Shabbos or b'shoigis, but it's after Shabbos. Well, not immediately. This is mutter right away on Shabbos. Says the Gemara. Let's see it inside. So this is the Rabbi Yehuda of Mevashal. This is not. I'm Mevashal b'Shabbos. If you cook on Shabbos, b'shoigeg, yoichal, you're allowed to eat it right away. B'mezid lo yoichal. you can't eat it right away, but you have to wait until after Shabbos. Divrei Reb Meir. So here you have Reb Meir, right here on the top. It's mutter on Shabbos if you're shoygig. That's blue. Red is bad. You have to wait until B'chdei Shiyasu after Shabbos. Now, what we're looking for is Rabbi Yehuda Omer b'shoygeg yoichal mitzvah Shabbos. If you are a shoygeg, so now you go to the second position. B'chdei Shiyasu, he says b'shoygeg. Explains Rashi, if you do a b'shoygeg, says Rashi, then you were over in Aveira, says Rashi. Don't think that it's a shoygeg that you did nothing, you were over in Aveira. And if you're over in Aveira, you cannot enjoy, you cannot benefit from the Aveira on Shabbos. So you have to wait until after Shabbos, b'chdei shiyasu. And if you're amazed, then we give you a knas, you can't eat it at all. It's lacherim b'chdei shiyasu. You can't eat it, other people have to wait until b'chdei shiyasu. Now, if we take this shita, Rabbi Yehuda, so our Mishnah that says that if you shechted an animal on Shabbos, you have to wait until Matzah Shabbos to eat, is going according to Rabbi Yehuda. In what position, mezid or shoygeg? Shoygeg. That's what the Mishnah is talking about. If you shechted an animal by mistake on Shabbos, then you're allowed to eat the meat b'motzei Shabbos, because Rabbi Yehuda holds b'shoygeg b'chdei shiyasu. You have to wait until Matzah Shabbos, however long it takes to shecht an animal. Since it takes about 4.5 seconds, so you have to wait until Matzah Shabbos plus 4.5 seconds. Says the Gemara.
You gotta cook it also.
What?
It takes time to cook it.
We're not talking about cooking. We're talking about. Well, time out. Over here we're talking about. Oh, okay, mevashel. Yeah, but we're talking about an hour Mishnah. This is mevashel. We're talking about an hour Mishnah. If you shechted the animal on Shabbos, you're allowed to eat it, meaning you could chew it if you want, immediately after shechting it. Our Mishnah is shechting. This is mivashel. Now, the final sheet is Rabbi Yochanan Sad Lo Imer b'shoygeg yochel l'motzos Shabbos la'acherim v'lo eloi. So Rabbi Yochanan Sandler takes the number 3 over here, which is Rabbi Yehuda's mezid. He makes it into a shoygeg, and he says only other people. If you were choyte, because he views a shoygeg as a sin, as a chet, you can't have any benefit from it at all ever. So Memela b'shoygeg la'acherim, only other people could eat from it. I put in little tiny things. I had to redo this sign, this chart, because I forgot to put in here loy osr loylam, just in case people couldn't make their own diuk. He can't eat from it ever. Other people could wait until Matzah Shabbos. He has the most stringent position, and b'mezid you can never eat it at all. 0. B'mezid lo yochel oilamis lo loy veloy le'acherim. Why? That's Xeris HaKosav. He learns it out from Psukim later on. Fine. Ask the Gemara. Okay. So we had a position. What do we have here? We said that our Mishnah goes according to Rabbi Yehuda b'shoygeg b'chdei shiyasu. What else is b'chdei shiyasu? Who else holds a shita b'chdei shiyasu? Rabbi Meir in Mezid. Okay? Or Rabbi Meir ben Mezid over here. Or
Yours is much better.
okay, that's what thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. Where do we have b'chdei shiyasu? The Gemara wants to say Rabbi Yehuda b'shoygeg. Ask the Gemara, it should be Rabbi Meir ben Mezid b'chdei shiyasu.
Wow.
Okay.
You should send it.
Lo yisol kedaito. Oh, that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. Thank you, Judah.
Wow. They ask you for your permissions.
Lo yisol kedaito diktani. This is all Gershon ben Moshe from 2 nights ago, the 3 hours. Shkoyach. Lo yisol kedaito diktani dumya de Yom Kippurim. In our Mishnah, it says 2 things. It says Shabbos and Yom Kippur. So Shabbos has to be similar to Yom Kippur. Rashi on the spot over there says, and that's how Rav got his whole idea. Where did Rav come up in our Mishnah? Oh, you can't eat it on Shabbos. You could shecht it on Shabbos. The Mishnah says it's kosher, but by the way, you have to wait until Matzah Shabbos. Rav got it from the Mishnah itself, because it says in the Mishnah that Yom Kippur it says Shabbos and Yom Kippur, and just like on Yom Kippur, you can never eat it even b'shoygeg because everybody's is fasting. So Meil Shabbos also you have to wait until until Matzah Shabbos. My Yom Kippurim lo yishna b'shoygeg lo yishna b'mezid lo yochil af hochan ami lo yishna b'shoygeg lo yishna b'mezid lo yochil. Fine. Ask the Gemara umi matzis mukmis lo b'shoygeg Rabbi Yehuda. We said that it goes according to Rabbi Yehuda b'shoygeg and b'chdei shiyasu. As the Gemara of Afapishim is chayvim and nafshe katani, it says mufurish in the Mishnah that this guy is chayv misa. So how in the world could you tell me he's talking about a shoygig? Shoygig is not chayv misa. Hachi kamar. No, we have to explain the Mishnah, not the end of the world, not the biggest kasha. Afapi. In other words, the Mishnah is saying that it's such a chumradik thing that there's a situation in the world where a person who does the Aveira would be Chayiv Misa. Yes, in our Mishnah, he's not Chayiv Misa because he's a Shoygeg. It's a type of an Aveira that he Chayiv Misa. Hoche Gama. Avbi, the Mezim Tzchai ben Avshoyu. Hoche. The Beshoygeg, Shridazik Sheiro. Fine. So, this is good until now. Frank the Gemara, V'lukma, Kereb Yochanan Sandler, the Omar Loishna Beshoygeg, V'loishna B'mezid, Loi Ochel. Let's say that it goes according to Rabbi Yochanan Sandler, that Lacherim, here's another B'chdei Shiyasu. Here we go. B'chdei shiyasu for other people. Okay, we said it goes b'chdei shiyasu, goes according to Rabbi Yehuda, and we asked maybe it should go according to a mayor. We said it can't go according to a mayor. Maybe it could go according to Rabbi Yochanan Sandler b'chdei shiyasu for other people. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yochanan Sandler kumaflik b'matzi Shabbos lacherim v'lo Eloi. Rabbi Yochanan Sandler says only lacherim b'chdei shiyasu. He himself can't eat a matzi Shabbos, and that's not mashma in the Mishnah. Tani the don shchitasik sherik tani loishna loy. And this is the end of the sugya. So l'chayra, our mission is going according to Rabbi Yehuda in Shoygig.
But isn't
Yeah.
Rabbi Yehuda also saying making a difference between him and Chachir?
In what? No. Everybody. Rabbi Yehuda says everybody. Oh, in Mezid.
Right.
B'Mezid, but we're talking about Shoygig. Our mission is Shoygig. Our mission is Shoygig, and there's no difference between Achirim and not. Only b'mezid. That's why we said Rabbi Yehuda b'shoygig. Ask the Gemara, maybe it's talking about Remeir b'mezid, but it's not. It's only b'shoygig. Tana Tana Kamei Rav. So a Tana that knew Brises, that was saying over Brises, said in front of Rav, Hamevashel b'Shabbos b'shoygig yoichal b'mezid lo yoichal. What did he say? He said this. He said Remeir Shita. Hamavashel b'Shabbos, if somebody cooks on Shabbos, he's allowed to eat it. Mutter b'shoygig, he's allowed to eat it. Acherim have to wait. B'mezid he can't. B'mezid lo yoichal has to wait b'chdei shiyasu. Whose sheet is that? Remeir. Umashtik le Rav. Umashtik le Rav, and Rav shut him up. Rav said, "Shah, don't talk. You're saying shtusim, don't talk." As the Gemara, my time mashtik le. If this is Reb Meir's shita, why in the world would Rav tell him to be quiet? It's pretty obvious from our sugya that Rav himself holds like Rabbi Yehuda, because Rav said that in our Mishnah that if you shech on Shabbos, you have to wait until Matzah Shabbos to eat the meat, and we said it goes according to Rabbi Yehuda b'shoygig. So Rav holds. It wasn't Rav that said it. The Chavraya said it in Rav, but the Rav holds like Rabbi Yehuda. Okay, so just because he holds like somebody, it doesn't mean that if you bring up another shita, you have to shut him up. V'tana tani ki Rabbi Meir, mishum the sphere like Rabbi Yehuda, man the tani ki Rabbi Meir, mashik like, just because he holds like Rabbi Yehuda, you're gonna make the other guy be quiet. Va'oid misaver like Rabbi Yehuda, does he really hold like Rabbi Yehuda himself? V'omer Rav Chanan bar Ami, Rav Chanan bar Ami said, ki moir luhu Rav the Talmidei, when Rav was talking about these halachas of bishul, moir luhu ki Rabbi Meir, he would tell them what he really believed, which was like he held like Reb Meir, which is the most lenient position, that if somebody cooked by mistake on Shabbos, imagine, you turn on the stove by mistake on Shabbos, you're allowed to benefit from the food on Shabbos. He told his Talmidim, that's the halacha, but don't tell the Amaratzim. V'chidarish b'pirka, but when he gave a communal speech in front of the Amaratzim, Darish Reb Yehuda, then he told everybody, not like what he believed. He told everybody the halach is like Rabbi Yehuda, Mishu ma'me'aretz, in order that they should be more makbid. They shouldn't be lenient on Shabbos. They shouldn't think that Shabbos is lenient. But you see from here that Rav himself holds like Rabbi Meir. Rav holds like Rabbi Meir. So if he holds like Rabbi Meir, if somebody brings up a shita of Rabbi Meir, why would he make him quiet? So what are you going to say? That he said the shita in front of everybody. Some guy stood up and there's Amaratzim there. What? Yeah, but we don't want them, I think, at the Shabbos, we don't want them to have ideas that Shabbos is kula. Not as specific, in general. If you say, oh, there's three shitas, you have Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yochanan, Sandler, the easiest one out. So they're going to take, the Medar Shechever are going to take, they're going to take Dam Haaretz. Dam Haaretz, you said that, no, what? No, we see that all the time, that we don't want Dam Haaretz. It's not, Dam Haaretz is going to take things out of context. He's going to see that he's using the most lenient sheet, he's going to take that for all of Shabbos. Yeah. What, you're talking about the one that, Ve'im Mefarsim Madavar. Where was that Rashi? Yeah, Matzi Shabbos, right? It was all the way at the end of the Shir on Amud Aleph. The first Rashi on Amud Aleph, on Daf Yud Beis Amud Aleph. Ve'im Mefarsim Madavar. Yeah, you see it all over. You see it all the time.
Even for this halach itself, that when somebody did the Memorial even if
so that's why I said I'm not sure. It seemed like I don't know where I saw it. Not here in Rashi, but I saw that it's just in general. We don't want them to be made. Okay. V'chitei what? No, the opposite. We pass like a mayor. Mayor is the Stam Mishnah Remeir. Most of the time, yeah.
If it's not a Stam Mishnah, it mentions his name, and we don't.
Okay, but Rav does. And maybe the pshat is that you had a guy get up there and say the halach, some halacha from Remeir in front of the Amaratzim. Is anybody, imagine, you have the Gadol, you have Rav giving a big speech in front of hundreds of people. All of a sudden some guy jumps up, by the way, Remeir said this and this and that. Nobody's listening to him. He's in the back of the room. He's screaming out. We're listening to the Gadol. The way it happened over there was La Moyer. We know that the Tanaim in those days they had a microphone. They would talk very low, and this guy next to him would scream out whatever he said. That's called an Amoira. Amoira means he spoke loud. That's why we got Amoraim later on. But Amoira means the speaker. The speaker. You're right. Not the microphone. The speaker of the microphone. Yeah, the speaker. So who's listening to this? Who's listening to this guy screaming? We're only listening. Why does he have to shut him up? Omer Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. Comes Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak with a major chiddush. Tano shoichet Tana kamei Rav. He never mentioned the guy that screamed the halacha wasn't talking about bishul, which is this case right over here, cooking on Shabbos. The guy that screamed was talking about our Mishnah. He was talking about shchita on Shabbos. The what? If somebody shechs on Shabbos, b'shoigig, he's allowed to eat. B'meizid, he shouldn't eat. Omalei, my daitoch, kir meir, who holds such a shita? Ad kan like a shorim meir, elabim vashel deroi lochos.
Rav asked the time.
Yeah, like basically he's telling him be quiet because who told you that a mayor says his shita? Why are you taking his shita from bishul and applying it to shchita?
That's what we did with the whole thing, though.
Right, we're saying it's the same svara. The Mishnah goes according to Rabbi Yehuda of shchita. We take the Rabbi Yehuda of shchita, right? That idea, right? Take the Rabbi Yehuda of Vashon and put it on our shchita. No, let's see here. He explains the difference. Why? Now we're going to get into the halacha of muktzah. When something was shechted before Shabbos, it's in its raw state when Shabbos comes in. So now the only thing missing is cooking it. Something that's raw, says the Gemara, you could chew on it, you could eat it. There are crazy people that eat really raw meat, like sushi, whatever it is.
Steak tartare.
Steak tartare, parchio. Whatever it is. However, I don't think anybody at this table ever ate raw meat. Did you?
Carpaccio.
You're a little crazy. Well, it's okay. The real meat people. Okay, fine.
Raw meat.
Yeah.
It's raw meat. They serve it in fancy places. It's like little pieces that they cook it a tiny bit. No, it's raw.
Time out. No cooking at all. Over here we're talking about zero cooking.
They braise it, right?
Over here we're not curing it. It's not cured. It's not.
Pretty
It's
raw.
not.
It's
not.
pretty raw. It's disgusting, right? It's pretty raw.
This is real raw meat, right out of the butcher shop.
Yes.
It's
Horrible.
Oh, you get invited to that.
Gershon, that stuff that you, very good. That picture, that's half cooked.
No, it's not.
Is it semi-cooked? Is it seared? Is it seared?
Just on the outside.
We're talking about nothing, zero.
It's the same thing. The inside is the exact same thing.
Okay, fine.
All right, we have to.
Okay, Zog the Gemara. But there's a big difference. There's a bit. Sorry, they're not crazy. This is the way to eat food. I eat sushi. I love sushi, and it's raw fish. I don't. There's no nafkamina. I was on a boat with the Shmulik a year or two ago. We caught a tuna, and the Arab on the boat, he cut the tuna up like 20 seconds after he caught him and served it to us on the spot. So it's like it doesn't get any rawer than that.
I was.
Notice
It's not bad. With a lot of soy sauce, it was very good. The roy lachos, ava shoichet, the ein roy lachos lay. But you have this animal that was very alive on Erev Shabbos. So when Shabbos came in, it was completely muktzah. So since it's muktzah, you can't be mvashel. There's nothing you can do with it. You can't eat it. Since you shechted, there's nothing to eat on Shabbos. It's muktzah, right? What are we talking about? We're talking about our Mishnah. You shechted on Shabbos, and what are you going to do with it on Shabbos? You want to eat it on Shabbos. You say, according to the mayor, you're allowed to eat it. But it's muktzah. That's the Gemara. Wait a minute. So the reason why he shut him up is because he tried to take this halacha of Rameir by Mevashel and apply it to Shechita, and doesn't apply to Shechita. That's the Gemara, that's not true. But Masnis in the Shoichet, our Mishnah is talking about Shechita. We said in our Mishnah that you're not allowed to eat it on the same day. And that only goes according to Rabbi Yehuda. It's mashma harameir shari. Says Mefur l'chayra in Rav itself, according to Rameir, it would be okay. So why is Rav shutting him up? Rav would agree that Rameir says that you're allowed to eat this shechted animal on Shabbos, even on Shabbos.
Maybe it's just saying it's kosher.
Because they are Mars.
So
It's
but you're allowed to eat it.
It's kosher.
What?
It's kosher. But
No. According to Rameir, mutter even on Shabbos, right away. To eat it, to do it, you mevashel, you're allowed to eat it right away. And Shechita would be the same thing. Says the Gemara, Kishar Meir, Daf Tesvav in the base. Kishar Meir, Kishahaya, Loi Choyle Mevayd Yaim. Comes the Gemara with a very interesting situation. The whole Mishnah is talking about when he had a person that's very, very sick. And he was sick before Shabbos. And he had this animal that was alive. Since I'm allowed to shecht an animal for somebody that's going to die, that's deathly ill on Shabbos, so this animal is no longer muktzah. What was the whole problem? That this animal is muktzah before Shabbos. And when you shecht it on Shabbos, it remains muktzah. You can never remove the muktzah from it. This animal is not muktzah because it's roi for this chayla who's sick before Shabbos. Oh.
They're shechted before Shabbos.
What?
So we said that there are some animals which you decided when you're going to shecht them, and they're
Oh.
good for breathing. Why did we not?
So that's a general question on the whole sugya, because yesterday, very good. Yesterday we said there is no muktzah by animals, and now Rav has the position that animals are muktzah on Shabbos.
Even the ones that you are definitely going to
Yeah,
eat.
yeah. He has to be mechulik on that whole concept.
If you do it
Just
on the
if there's a chayla, and you know that you're going to shecht for it, then it goes away.
If it's muktzah, why do you have to wait for the length of time it would take after it's muktzah? You can start using it immediately. Shabbos is out. Why do you have to wait for the...
No, there's two problems. The Maisa Shabbos, the Bishul on Shabbos, and Muktzah. This is a combination of two things. We're removing only the Muktzah part by making it not Muktzah, but making it Chayla, it's not Muktzah, so we remove that part. The rest he can. Yeah. The question is, then it's so obvious. If there's a sick person here and it's not muktzah, so why in the world would Rabbi Yehuda say that it's awesome? It's not muktzah, and you're allowed to shecht it. Says the Gemara, you're right. So we have to change it a little bit. There was a sick person on Erev Shabbos. Kind of like I was thinking about when I was learning the Gemara, like my son. He's very sick in the morning, and he doesn't go to yeshiva. Then 20 minutes later, he is recovering. This guy, I don't know. He's mamish choyle sheish b'sakana. You could check for him. You could do anything. All of a sudden, shalom aleichem, he's walking around. He's ivri. Fine.
Ivri means
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the 100%. So the Hivri means that he's not a Cholish Sakana, he's still sick, he's in bed, he's not just Sakana, you're not going to shech for him, right? He has a high fever, whatever, but he's not dying. So, what do we have here? Basically, we have this. We have a guy that on time Shabbos came in, he was sick, you're allowed to shecht for him, so it removes the muktzah. That much we did, we removed the muktzah. Then all of a sudden he becomes healthy again, so I cannot shecht it for him on Shabbos. Then we shechted it by mistake. So now we're going back to the regular question that we had before. Somebody had shechted something by mistake. You have a machlokes. Mutter right away. B'chdei shiyasu, Remeir, Reb Yehuda, Reb Sandler. There's muktzah. No, there's no muktzah. We got rid of the muktzah because there was a sick man. Everything that Rav said was because Rav said, how could it be that Remeir holds that you're allowed to eat it? It's muktzah. No, there's no muktzah. Why is there no muktzah? Because we're talking about a guy that was sick. Not that he remained sick on Shabbos. He was sick only Erev Shabbos, and that removed the muktzah part. But the second part, meaning cooking on Shabbos, still remains a problem. And here, you see, notice, it's in the name of Rav. The same Rav that we're talking about. And this says Rashi, we're talking about a choila that became a choila on Shabbos. Also lebari. A healthy person cannot eat from it. Why can't he eat from it? Not because of the bishul problem, because that's mutter to cook for him. The problem is because it's muktzah. And now you have meat.
It's not that it's mutter to cook for him. If it was cooked for him,
No, you're allowed to shecht for the guy. You're allowed to shecht for the choila.
But a bari can't eat it.
The bari, right? That's another problem. You're right. But over here, the issue is muktzah. We're going to see that in a second.
Would it be a different case if the guy died, not Shabbos?
If a guy died?
If he died, not Shabbos.
Yeah, what do you mean? If he died, then you're not allowed to be mavashal, but it wouldn't be muktzah. That's what I'm saying. There's two things here. There's the muktzah issue. Muktzah, anything that goes into Shabbos as muktzah remains muktzah throughout the Shabbos. And then we have an issue, could you cook on Shabbos or not? If you have a very sick person at Shabbos, all he does is removes the muktzah. Now if he died on Shabbos, it's not muktzah, but you can't cook it. If he's alive on Shabbos, then it's not muktzah and you could cook it. But it's two separate issues. There's muktzah and cooking. Yeah.
And after Shabbos, are you allowed to eat that meat?
The meat that you cooked for the sick person on Shabbos? Yeah, why not? You should really theoretically be able to eat it on Shabbos. It's just a takana, you're not allowed to eat it on Shabbos. They're going to see soon that we don't want you adding a lot. You have a sick person that can only eat, how much could a sick person that's dying eat? Right? He eats it 2 ounces. You're going to make a whole giant chont and for all your whole family and everything. So we made a gzeira, you're not allowed to eat it on Shabbos at all. But l'chayra, what's Shabbos? Why not? Says the Gemara, hamavashel l'chayla b'Shabbos, one more halacha. If you cook on Shabbos for a sick person, talking about the meat, this is meat that was shechted before Shabbos. Meat that was shechted before Shabbos, and you're trying to cook it on Shabbos. Mutter lebari. My timer. Hayroi lokos v'hai enoi roi lokos. There's no muktzah on this. Why? Because it was before Shabbos. It was already shechted, and he was able to chew it. He was able to eat it. Lokos, by the way, means anytime that the Gemara says lokos, it means that's not the derech to eat like this. Sometimes we had lokos on the wheat, where lokos wheat, nobody chews on wheat really, but it's shloike derech. Amar papa, pa'amim sha'shoichet mutar. Sometimes if you shecht an animal on Shabbos, you're allowed to be lokos. You're allowed to chew it. Why? Again, if I remove the muktzah from it, how did I remove the muktzah? Because I had a sick person, Erev Shabbos. So Mamela, I'm allowed to chew it on Shabbos because there's no muktzah. What about cooking? That's a different problem. Mevashel asur, and sometimes I have a case where you're not allowed to cook on Shabbos. Kegoin shekotzes loy dlas. He had a gourd, according to Rashi. According to Rashi, he detached it on Shabbos. It became detached on Shabbos, and Mamela, that's a problem of muktzah. Since it was attached on Shabbos, even though I'm allowed to cook it for this sick person, but he's not allowed to eat it because he's eating muktzah. Now, here comes the halacha that we're all familiar with. If he shechted for a choila that was a sick person, before Shabbos he was sick. Mutter lebari bumtza. So a healthy person could chew on it. Why could it chew on it? Because there's no issue, because it's not muktzah. Because we knew that we're going to be using this animal on Shabbos because the sick person was before Shabbos. So he removed the muktzah right before Shabbos. Now, yeah, but it means like chewing this raw meat. Now, I'm not concerned, says the Gemara. I'm not concerned that he's going to add meat. Right? What's the difference between shechting and cooking? Shechting, I have a pot. I need one kazais for the sick nebuch person, so I'm worried he's going to add 100 kazaisim for himself. He's going to be a chazer and cook for himself. But shchita, that's not the case. Shchita, even if I'm only using one kazais for the sick person, I still have to perform the same shchita. I didn't do extra shchita for my meat. I did nothing. The issur was done for the sick person. Adaita the chaylik shachit. However, I'm mevashel the chaylik Shabbos, osel lebari. But if I'm cooking for a sick person on Shabbos, I'm not allowed to add meat. Gzeiro shemo yarbe b'shviloi. Maybe it's a problem. Maybe he'll add food for himself. Brand new Mishnah. Says the Mishnah, shoichet b'magal yad. We have pictures today. This is the last time I'm saying it. I see Mamish Mavayish and Berabim. This is all Gershom Ben Moshe's help. These are kosher. Today I had to add.
What is this?
This is a magal yad. This is a sickle. This is a sickle. This is just a picture of how you use a sickle. You take the reason why it's round is because you take a bunch of weed, you cut it. The Gemara is going to explain that this side right over here is sharp and smooth. I could perform a shechita with it. It's like a shechita knife. It just happens to be circular. What?
It's not serrated.
This part is serrated. This jagged part, I had to add the jagged myself. The outside is jagged. So that's the chiddush here that I'm allowed to use it. I'm not worried he might use the wrong side. Fine, this is kosher. What's this? This is a stone, a flint. Takes a stone, he sharpens it. Now this is not a good picture. Why? Because it has begimas in it. It has it's semi-serrated. It has to be, in order to do shechita, it can't have begimas. As long as the thing doesn't have begimas, you can use whatever you want. You can use glass, you can use a reed. These are reeds. Now, I couldn't find a good picture of a knife reed. This is the closest I got. These are pens. Don't look over here. But this is a reed, right? You take a reed, you make it really sharp, smooth, you do shechita. Kosher. Ashoichi b'magal yad. Bitzor. With a stone. Ubekana and a reed. Shchitasik sheira. Now the Mishnah is going to say, like all of these Mishnayos, the Gemara always explains what it means. Hakol shoichtim. Who does it come to include? Everybody can shecht. Ula oilam shoichatim, and forever. Uba kol shoichtim, and with everything. Chutz mimagal kotzir. Oh, here's a scary picture.
What's Uba kol shoichtim coming after that?
The Gemara. Chutz mimagal kotzir. Besides the sickle called kotzir, v'hamigera, and a saw, v'shinayim, and teeth, v'tziporin.
Yo.
What?
This
This is a tziporin, a sharp little nail. Now it could be it's talking about the nail of not a coin, of an animal, but whatever it means, some sort of nail. This guy, I was thinking about putting one of those black lines over his face, like the Tmunas Ta'evos.
He needs a hat.
Now, this shinayim basically means you take the jaw of an animal, you take its teeth, and you just go like this. Now, the problem is that it's serrated. This saw has very even, the teeth go in the same direction. In other words, it looks like they're even. One up, one down, says Rashi. They're not in a direction. If you notice this is the magal, this is the best picture I could get. It's not so circular, but pretend it's this circular guy over here, just with the teeth in one direction. It's a one direction tooth. What's the problem? One of the 5 things of shechita is ikur, tearing. So by putting these kind of teeth into the animal, before it gets to the kanan veshet and you move it, it rips. You're not allowed to rip the animal. It has to be a smooth incision. Okay?
It depends which way you pull the knife.
Correct, but you have to go halacha ba'ava. You have to go backwards and forwards. So that's it. These are the things that are asur. This is not so much ikur. This is not a problem of tearing because it's really smooth. This is a problem being mechuber, as the Gemara is going to explain. This is ikur. This is ikur. Fine. How do you sheft with a nail?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean how? It's very, not this way like the kayin, but sideways. It's very sharp. I don't know. I never had such a long nail. I can't tell you, but maybe you sharpened it. Exactly, you sharpened it.
Cohen used to have a very sharp nail.
Yes, but they were shorter and sharp.
Yeah?
Can't have a long-
Maybe he had a very strong nail. Yeah, but he had to go through the neck. I don't know what he had exactly. Says the Mishnah, because it chokes the animal. Basically, it's ikur. It's not a nice incision. It's tearing. Says the Gemara, hashoichet. When the Mishnah says the word hashoichet, the person that shechs, it doesn't say the lashon hashoichet is mashma that it's only after the fact. If I shechted with a magal yad or with a stone or a kana, it's okay. Hashoichet de'evid lechatchila loy. The Gemara has no problem understanding it like that. That's what it says in the Mishnah. Bishlam magal yad. If you're talking about the sickle, dilma asal meva v'dich degisa, maybe you'll flip it over and you'll use the serrated side, and that's not good. Where's Rashi here? Oh, now kedai to look in Rashi. Look at the first Rashi in the Gemara. Says Rashi, and I could learn from this in halacha. The sakim peguma, if you're using a regular shoichet knife, but it has a tiny nick, let's say in the beginning of it, it's very large, and it has enough room to do a perfect shechita without that begima. You're not allowed to. Why? Over here, where you have a perfect knife, just as a begima. On the flip side, the Gemara said that you shouldn't shecht with it. Certainly, says Rashi, if on the regular side, there's a
sharp on both sides.
no.
So how come we're not afraid you're going to do that?
But you can't check at all on the other side. It's flat. It's flat on the other side.
Can't do anything.
Can't do anything.
Sure, it's not sharp.
Even if you want, you do, you want to know.
What?
I thought you were supposed to be able to check on both sides.
No, I don't think
It
so.
should be flat on the other side. There's no look, I think.
Really? Flat? I'm sure it's not very wide, so it doesn't open it up. But I don't know. I think we're supposed to get a knife from Ehrenfeld. I don't know where he is. Why does the other side have to be flat? Who says that? I don't know. He's saying what?
Sharp both sides and the shechita knife is only one side.
Very interesting. Why? Why bris knife?
It says,
Okay. What are you telling me that a stone and a reed you shouldn't shech lechatchila v'ramini? That's the problem. Bakol shoichtim, it says you're allowed to shech. Now this is a lashon of lechatchila. Bakol shoichtim means lechatchila. I could go ahead and shech, not like the lashon of our Mishnah hashoichet. If somebody went ahead and did it, it's mutter. Over here it says bakol shoichtim. You should go lechatchila and use a tsar, the schuches. Didn't Sipar use a tsar?
Yes.
Okay. Bein b'schuches, bein b'krumis, bein b'kana. It says mafurish. It says kana over here. Tsar. It says everything. L'chatchila. Loi kashya. Now the Gemara makes it. Kana is a reed. Loi kashya. Kan b'tolosh, kan b'mechubar. Our mission is talking about that the reed is still attached to the ground, and they sharpen the reed, or the stone is attached to the ground. Memela l'chatchila. You shouldn't do it. It's only after the fact. But the evid, it's okay. But if this stone is detached, the reed is detached, like in this picture, then even l'chatchila, it's okay, and that's the brisa.
What's the chashash if it's attached?
There's a problem. I don't know. We'll see. There's a problem with mechuber. The Omer Rav Kana, like I said, even the nails mechuber. So the problem is here. Look, the problem is because it says in the pasuk v'lokach es ha'macheles. No, v'yikach es ha'macheles. Yeah, v'yikach es ha'macheles. That you have to be able to take it, l'chayra. That's Rebbe's thing. So we say, even though maybe that's the pshat, we don't hold like that. Like, let's see inside over here. Domer Rav Kana, shoichet b'mechuber lekarka, Rebbe poisel. Why? Because it says veikichas macheles. That's the Gemara is going to say later on, not in today's daf. Reb Chia machshir. Ad kan loy machshir Reb Chia el di'eved. Aval lechatchila loy. So now we're in the position that Reb Chia only says that it's b'di'eved to shecht with something that's mechuber. Because Rebbe says it's possible completely, even but the evidence is possible. We'll take one position better than him and say b'di'evet it's okay, but l'chatchila don't do it. That's only if it's attached right there and then. But if it's detached, like in the Braisa, not in our Mishnah is talking about it's attached. That's why l'chatchila you shouldn't shecht with a reed and a stone. But in the Braisa, it's detached, and therefore, even l'chatchila you could shecht with it.
When it's attached, now we're talking about that you actually have to move the animal rather than...
Yeah, 100%. It's attached. Unless you're strong enough to lift up the whole house, let's say, and go like this. No, yeah, I'm saying, you have a knife sticking out of the wall, or whatever, you take the animal, you go like this.
Animals on wheels. Yeah.
The animal's on wheels?
Yeah, you roll the cart back and forth to check.
Okay, exactly. Whatever you do. You move its neck. I don't know, there might be a little bit of a problem, because on an angle, a cart is probably better. You go like this.
A reed could be flexible.
Or a smaller animal. You guys are thinking about this giant 2,000-pound cow, maybe like a goat. You go like this. Chicken. So we just said that our Mishnah goes according to Rebbe Chia because Rebbe holds that it's possible. Something that's mechuber is possible. Rebbe Chia says, b'di'evet it's okay. It says mefurish. Mechuber, attached. It says, you're allowed to shech l'chatchila b'mechuber. Even if like we do today, that the animal is upside down, right? How do they shech today a large animal? They take that and put it in a box, an electronic box with hydraulic clamps, clamp it, flip it over, the animal is motionless, and then the sheikh comes from the top with his knife downwards. What's good about that? How can we shech like that? Rashi explains that if it's the reverse, I just heard yesterday, I don't know for a fact, I heard Satmar shechs when the animals are standing up. Don't know. But let's say the animal's, the chashash says Rashi, that if the animal's standing up, and this is his neck, you come with a knife from here, maybe there'll be chalada by mistake, if the animal puts his neck down or something, or go on the knife, instead of you shechting through, will be more of a forceful motion, that's chalada, that's awesome. But Akopanim says you're allowed to shech like that.
Mishnah doesn't say that.
No, here. It says, Ben sha'asakin l'mala v'tzavar behem l'mato, Ben sha'asakin l'mato. If you're coming from downwards, the knife is below the animal, v'tzavar behem l'mala. In other words, the animal is standing up. Ask the Gemara, but it says, Beim b'chuber, yilada l'chatchila shecht with something that's attached to the ground. Mani loy Rebbe v'loy Rebbe Chia. That can't go according to anybody. I Rebbe Chia, we just said, the eved in l'chatchila loy. We just said the Rebbe Chia is only with the eved. Over here it says, you're allowed to do it l'chatchila. Rebbe, forget about Rebbe, the Evanami he says everything is possible, Mechuber is completely possible. So we have to change it around a little bit. Lo ilam Rebbe Chia. We're talking about Rebbe Chia, va'afilu l'chatchila. Rebbe Chia holds that b'Mechuber you're allowed to shech l'chatchila. V'haide come if you give the Evid, but in the Brisa, Rav Kahana brought a Brisa, and he says, Rebbe Poisel Rebbe Chia machsher. Machsher means b'di'evet. So why does Rebbe Kahana say that Rebbe Chia holds only b'di'evet? It's okay. L'diacha koichid Rebbe. Really, Rebbe Chia holds it's completely kosher, 100% you let l'chatchila do it. But he wanted to say that even that Rebbe holds that it's completely puzzle. How did he say that? By saying that Rebbe Chia holds that b'di'evet it's kosher, meaning that Rebbe holds even b'di'evet it's not kosher. Because if he would say that Rebbe holds that l'chatchila you're allowed to, then I would make a mistake in Rebbe. I wouldn't understand Rebbe 100%, and I would think that he means that b'di'evet is possible, but l'chatchila is possible, but b'di'evet is kosher. In order to explain that Rebbe holds, and to show how powerful Rebbe's position is, I hold mechuber is completely 100% asur in all circumstances, even after the fact it's asur. So that's why he used the interesting lashon to say that Rebbe Chia held it's b'di'evet. But that's also not good to ask the Gemara. But our Mishnah is only b'di'evet, and you're telling me that Rebbe Chia holds that l'chatchila you're allowed to shech b'mechuber, and Rebbe holds that b'di'evet you're not allowed to shech b'mechuber. Who holds the middle ground? Our Mishnah is in the middle. Our Mishnah holds b'di'evet it's mutter, but l'chatchila it's not mutter. It can't be Rebbe Chia afilu l'chatchila. Rebbe Chia holds it's mutter l'chatchila, not b'di'evet. Rebbe b'di'evet nami loy. Loylam Rebbe Chia afilu l'chatchila. Our Mishnah could go even according to Rebbe Chia, and we're talking about l'chatchila. And our Mishnah that says, here's a crazy thing. Our Mishnah that says that you're allowed to shecht, and it's b'di'evet, is going according to Rebbe. Rebbe, who you said the entire time holds that it's asur to shech b'mechuber, even b'di'evet. No, that's not what he holds. Why? Kasha the Rebbe. You just said the Rebbe holds that it's asur to shech, and now you're saying the Mishnah is mutter shech. Comes the Gemara with a new distinction. Like Kasha. If something was attached to the ground from its creation, how do you have a stone in the wall that was created like that from Sheshes Mebereshis? If you created a wall in a cave, if you dug out a mountain, so it was there from beginning of time, and there's a little sharp piece of rock sticking out, and you shechted on that. That Rebbe says is also that's mechuber l'chatchila. But if you built a house and then you put a rock in there, or you stuck your knife, a very sharp knife, in the wall, your shechita knife. You have a shechita station in your house. You have a knife sticking out of the wall, and you take your animals, and you go back and forth on it. That's okay. Why? Because it was talosh and then mechuber. And how do I know you can make such a distinction? Says the Gemara, here's the distinction. Here's the muchni. This was taken from Sichas Chulin. This is also some guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he taught me about OneNote. If you want to know about OneNote, it's the most phenomenal thing you could do on a computer. You could basically take a screenshot of anything on your computer, a small thing, and print it and enlarge it. Now I can enlarge it to the size I want and no problems. Anyways, the next step I need from a certain guy in the shir is how to add color here. If I could add color and add. Look at this muchni. Here's a wheel. Yeah, Photoshop is. I used to do Photoshop. This is easier. This anonymous guy is going to teach me easier ways. There's a knife here. On this wheel is a knife, and this guy pushing with his. Gary is mevuyish, so I don't want to ask Gary. No, he has busha. He's one of. He has one of the simon of Klal Yisrael. Oh, we're already at time. But anyways, he's doing some action that spins a wheel, and on the wheel there's a shechita knife, and and you put the animal below, and you shecht. Kosher, not kosher? Kosher. Shchidasik sheira. B'mechuber lekarka shchidasik sheira. It says mefurish. What does it say mefurish? Mechuber is kosher. Not second because it's shachabo shchidasik sheira. You stick a knife into the wall, it's kosher. Oh, sorry, it's been a koisa. But if you have a stone sticking out of the wall, oy kana elameila b'shachabo shchidasik psula. Ask the Gemara, how could that be? Kashin adadi. Elav shma mino. You have to make the distinction. Shani ben mechuber mikar letalish v'sev chibroi. Shma mino. But Reb Chi is going to say that even l'chatchila it's kosher. Have a wonderful day. What? Oh, it's called OneNote. Just hit me up. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's not a svara. Maybe it's just a love. I don't know. X.
You know, we were talking about the shita standing up.